This year we've chosen quite a few Cornish composers for our Cornish connection. I would like to welcome to the adjudication box, or tent if you like, Mr. Glyn Williams. Glyn is very, very well known to all of us in the brass band world. One of the outstanding euphonium players, 20 odd years with Foden's and now with the world champion band Corey Band. So a pleasure to welcome him here today. We're starting with the fourth section. We have 5 competing bands. They will play Gough Richards' Saddleworth Festival Overture. The first band is on the stage and will commence the contest with the national anthem and then the adjudicator's whistle. We're now going to start the championship section. First band on stage. First they will play Paul Sharman's arrangement of The Lord Bless You and Keep You, and then Eric Paul's Journey into Freedom.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much, all of you, for coming to the band festival today. As chairman of the festival and on behalf of my fellow committee members, I want to thank you all for supporting the festival in the way that you do. And it's wonderful that the weather has been kind to us. I don't know if anyone was at the Royal Cornwall show last weekend where I was, and we had an absolute washout on the Friday, and I looked at the forecast and it didn't look too good for this weekend, but we're glad that the sun has generally shined on us today. It's my job really just to thank you all for coming, but also to thank everyone else involved in organising the festival. I want to especially thank all the bands who have come along. It's wonderful to see so many bands. Great to have those, especially from the training section and the youth section, well supported this year. So a big round of applause for all the bands for turning up today. And of course I want to thank particularly the man who's been in the tent all day, Glyn Williams. Thank you for coming and adjudicating today, and also to Jonathan Lushcamps, our deportment judge. So thank you to both of them as well. None of this would be possible without our sponsors and friends who make the whole thing work financially, so thank you to all of those who have promoted the festival in that way, and we really do rely on your ongoing support. Thank you so much for continuing with that support. But also, in fact, a round of applause for all our sponsors, I think. But then finally, to be done with all the thank yous, to my committee members and others who come and help. This doesn't just happen. A huge amount of work goes into setting up and taking down the festival every year. So to all of those involved in this, and it would be too many to name, but my sincere thanks to all of you for putting on another wonderful festival this year. Thank you very much indeed. And finally, before I hand on to our president, Mr. Bowditch, you'll have noticed that the date for the festival next year is already released. It's the 20th of June 2020, so we look forward to seeing you then.
Well, thank you very much, one and all. I've had an absolutely fantastic day, and I'd like you to join with me now in applauding all the bands who have taken part today. I think each performance has given its own unique delivery, and each one has been special in its own way. So, congratulations to all the competitors. It's wonderful being able to adjudicate, especially at the higher level, you know, listening to the first section piece and, of course, Journey to Freedom, that old classic. But really, we're only able to listen to those kind of performances if we've put some work into our grassroots. And the two sections that I enjoyed the most today were the training section and the youth section. And all of you teachers out there, all of you band trainers, you know, keep up the hard work in encouraging these youngsters, because without those youngsters, you know, we haven't got those bands who will perform in the first section and Journey to Freedom in the top section and go on to maybe join wonderful bands such as the Corey Band. So well done to all the competitors, some fine performances, some fine solo playing, and some really, really good MD control as well. So without further ado, I think we should get on with the results. So thank you very much once again, and congratulations to one and all.
Deportment results. In second place, receiving the Hawk Challenge Shield and £50 with 39 marks, Oakhampton Excelsior. In first place with 40 marks, Bugle Silver. Fourth section. In third place, receiving the John Banton Memorial Trophy and £50 with 183 marks, the band which played number 5, Lanner Brass. In second place, receiving the Ernest and Bernice Carrow Memorial Trophy and £80 with 185 marks, the band which played number 3, Lost with Ill. In first place, receiving the Boundy Brothers Challenge Cup and £150 with 188 marks, the band which played number 4, Redruth Town. The best player in this section, receiving the Jack Hooper Memorial Trophy, goes to the solo cornet player from band which played number 3, which I think is Norman Pendray from Lost with Ill. Training section. In third place, receiving the Walter Bailey Power Memorial Trophy and £50 with 177 marks, the band which played number 3, St Denis. In second place, receiving the Peniel Cup and £75 with 178 marks, the band which played number 2, St Minver. In first place, the band which played number 4, Soundhouse Brass Plymouth. best cornet player in this section, receiving the Peter Menier Memorial Trophy, goes to the cornet player which played in band number 4, which was Soundhouse. Second section. In the March, Victor's Acclaimed. In second place, receiving the Nickel Challenge Cup with 88 marks, the band which played number 1, Bugle Silver. In first place, receiving the Shipwright Cup with 92 marks, the band which played number 2, Wooden Under Edge. Moving on now to the test piece. In second place, receiving the JF Wills Cup and £150 with 186 marks, the band which played number 1, Bugle Silver. In first place, receiving the Violet Adams Memorial Trophy and £250 with 189 marks, the band which played number 2, Wooden Under Edge. The best player in this section, receiving the W.C. Thomas Memorial Trophy, goes to the solo cornet player from band number 2 from Wooden Under Edge. That's Bruce Davis. In second place, receiving the Sir Edward Nicholl Shield with 92 marks, the band which played number 2, A.W. Parker Drybrook. A.W. Parker have had to go back to get back with the bus, and so the representative from the Forest of Dean band is collecting theirs. In first place, receiving the F.J.P. Richards Memorial Trophy with 94 marks, the band which played number 1, Forest of Dean. The test piece, Adam Das, in second place, receiving the Hart Nichols Challenge Cup and £250 with 190 marks, band which played number 2, A.W. Parker Drybrook. In first place, receiving the Ford Knight Trophy and a cheque for £500 with 191 marks, the band which played number 1, Forest of Dean. The best player in this section, receiving the Marshall Silver Bowl, goes to the soprano cornet player which played in band number 1 from the Forest of Dean. For your programs, that's Jim Mason. Receiving the Gareth Roberts Challenge Cup and £80, the band which played number 2, St Keverne Youth. In first place, receiving the W.D. Lawton Memorial Trophy and £150 with 185 marks, the band which played number 1, St Austell Youth. The best player in this section receiving the Ron Prout Memorial Trophy goes to the solo horn player from St Austell. The best cornet player receiving the John Hamley Memorial Trophy goes to the cornet player from St Austell. Sarah Wilton. The solo horn player was Jason, who just picked up the cup, and then when I asked him who it was, he said, "I have no idea." He's very modest. So that's Jason Wilton, brother and sister. Superstars they are. The winning conductor receiving the E.J. Williams Memorial Trophy goes to Anna Minear of St Austell. Now the special awards, which are open to all sections. The best soprano receiving the Telfer Hall Memorial Trophy goes to the band which played number 6 in the championship section. That's Les Kneebone of Camborne. The best solo cornet receiving the William Henry and Melville Doolittle Memorial Trophy goes to the cornet player played band number 6 from the championship section. That's Lee Wild of Camborne. The best euphonium receiving the Gordon Bennett's Memorial Trophy goes to the euphonium player which played in band number 6 in the championship section. That's John Hitchens of Camborne. The best solo horn receiving the Owen Tamlin Memorial Cup goes to the horn player from band number 6 in the championship section. That's Joe Scott of Camborne. The best set of basses receiving the Samuel Roberts Silver Cup goes to the band which played number 1 in the championship section, St Dennis. The best player in the championship section receiving the C.E. Welsh Trophy goes to the E-flat bass player from the band which played number 6. That's Tim Joslin from Camborne. The Lord bless you and keep you. That's the piece, not I am preaching to you all. In third place, receiving the Thomas Brenton Challenge Cup with 94 marks, the band which played number 4, St Austell Town. In second place, receiving the South Australian Silver Vase with 95 marks, the band which played number 6, Camborne Town. In first place, receiving the Cornish Championship Cup with 96 marks, the band which played number 3, Roach Brass. Journey into Freedom. In third place, receiving the Western Morning News Trophy and £300 with 193 marks, the band which played number 3, Roach Brass. In second place, receiving the Walter Hicks Trophy and a cheque for £500 with 194 marks, the band which played number 1, St Denis. In first place, receiving the Royal Trophy and a cheque for £1,000 with 196 marks, the band which played number 6, Camborne Town.